Hello Libras and welcome to Timsy's Naked Tarots. Don't worry, Timsy is not naked, the tarot reader is naked. By which I mean I strip out as much astrology as I can by using that playing deck there to bring in the star sign or type of star sign of the person we are doing the read about. I don't think I have ever had anything like that since I've been using a plain deck to bring in the star sign or the type of star sign of the person we are doing the read about. So there we go. It wasn't the only one. There's a whole bunch of them which are turned upside down, but we'll just go with that one at the top. Oh no, I've got another load here which are upside down as well. So I'll cut halfway through the upside down pile. Okay, anyway, we'll go with it. It is what it is. It is a general read as well. It may or may not resonate with you. If it does resonate with you, that is fantastic. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't worry too much. I'm not following any sort of cycle. I just pull on the strongest energies which are around your type of energy at the time I'm doing the reading. We are doing a reading on the Ace of Swords, which came out in the last All Signs overview I'd done. It was the full moon overview, which was the last All Signs overview I'd done. The Ace of Swords is some sort of clarifying new start, some sort of aha moment. And it was also to do with what your person is thinking about you. Now, your person may be a loved one, it may be a family member, it may be a boss, it may be a friend. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, it's just someone who knows you, thinking about you. Okay. And so to go with the Ace of Swords, we have got the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck before we cut. So your person had an aha moment about you, a realization, a sudden awakening of the truth. And well, with the Page of Swords, it's either led them to spying upon you, trying to learn more about it, or they're just disappointed in it. Okay, so we've also got a Knight of Cups. A little bit of an upgrade from the Page energy. It is a messenger. It is a messenger about love, offering love with that particular Knight. Okay, you have to take some relevance in the drawings. I know my whole nakedness of my channel is not taking relevance to the drawings, but the fact that it came out in this one and not my clarifying deck, which will have a different type of Knight of Cups on there, says a lot. It gives you some sort of slightly different take on what is that Knight of Cups. Normally it's about thinking and dreaming about the future you want. The Knight of Cups, it's meant to be said that the Knight is looking in the reflection of that cup to see what sort of future he wants for himself. Now, he's not looking in that one, in this particular deck. He's offering it up. He's offering a future of love to someone. Okay, possibly you. Shall we have a look? Just there is going to be what your person, by the way, is a little bit younger water sign, is actually thinking about you. Just here is where they would like these thoughts to go. Okay. Not necessarily where they will take these thoughts, but where they would like them to go. Just here is where they're probably going to take them. The 5D, the 4D, oh God, Jesus, the 3D energy, the real world energy. Okay? Like, for instance, we would all like to, I don't know, donate money to a charity if we won the lotteries. If we do or not, when we win the lottery, is a totally different question. It's like what I would do in that situation, what you actually do once you're in that situation. I will put out an overall energy card from the bottom of the deck, which is Burdens, the 10 of Wands. That is coming to the end though. The 10s indicate it's the end of something. And we will pull some little universe cards at the end, which is the universe giving its take on what is most likely going to happen. Bear in mind, we all have free will. We can all get in the way of the universe's plans with that free will. Temperance. Okay, we have the Seven of Swords and the Empress. Nice. Looky at you. Okay, so Temperance. What they are thinking of, this aha moment, this Ace of Swords, has taken some time to get there. They've been mulling this over for a while. It's not something they started thinking about last week and then came up with the answer yesterday. It's something they've been thinking about for a long time. And it's also a kind of energy of like mixing elements together, mixing hearsay from various different sources and somehow finding a truth among it. Okay, so let's have a look in a little bit more detail of that way of thinking they're going through at the moment. The King of Swords. Okay, they've realised the truth. We know that the Ace of Swords has already told us that from the All Signs Overview. But this is, we're going to take action upon it, and if I can't manage it, I will find someone who can. Okay, the Six of Swords. It's calmed them down. It's taken them out of a turbulent way of thinking or way of acting, and they become calmer. Okay, they're thinking, I am now calmer. The Queen of Swords, I'm cutting stuff out. Okay. And the Queen of Cups, I am communicating how I feel. So generally speaking, their aha moment was realizing a truth, that possibly they love you. Okay, love comes in different shapes and forms. Friendship is a love. You can have a love for a thing, not necessarily a person. And it doesn't mean you're going to jump into bed with that thing. It just means you like it more than everything else. Okay, and so we have realized a truth. We are realizing that there is something in the way. I'm going to cut it out with that Queen of Swords. I'm calm, I'm level, I know exactly what I'm doing. I want to talk to Libra about the way a situation makes me feel. Okay, crossing it is the King of Cups. Well, this is now backing up love. We've actually got a pair of kings and a pair of queens which match those kings. Now, a king and queen of swords, they tend to fight a fair bit. They both have their truths and they both have weapons, which at the end of the day are the only thing in the tarot deck which are designed for one thing and one thing alone. Everything else in the tarot deck has multiple uses for them. For instance, the cups, you can drink out of cups, or you could carry liquid from one place to another. You could use a cup to water your plants and things like that. Or you could actually throw it at someone and use it as a weapon. If you wanted to, you got wands as well. Traditionally, wands are like a instrument to channel magical energy. Okay, but they could also be used as a staff, a walking stick. Okay, and then you have your pentacles, your coins, if you will. Now, a pentacle could be turned into a medallion or a ring. You could get a sovereign ring. Okay, so your money can be turned into jewelry. Your money can be actually turned into all sorts of things when you start thinking about it, when you exchange it for other things. But swords are only that. They are only for one thing. And it is some form of fighting, be it defense or be it attack. Now, that's why the King and Queen of Swords don't get on very well. They are always at each other's throats. So it doesn't matter how much they love each other, they're at each other's throats. The King and Queen of Cups, well, this is love. Okay? The King and Queen of Swords is all about truth. The King and Queen of Cups is all about love. The truth of love. This is the aha moment which your person, your slightly, well, reasonably younger, maybe about 5 years younger, water sign is waking up to. I love this Libra, you, the viewer. Okay, but with that King of Cups, there is a little bit of indecision. I'm not sure. Do I or don't I? I know the truth. Do I act upon it? Well, that's also another variable here, look. Yeah, I know the truth. I want to act upon it. I know the truth. No, we're going to hold back. Do I talk to Libra about how I feel or don't I? Okay, so in the 5D, let's call it the 5D, shall we? What they would like to do with this thinking. Okay, the Tower. They would like to shake up a life. They would like to hang on to something dearly, and they would like to get the strength to actually do this, to get emotional fulfillment. The 9 of Cups. Okay, the Tower is as something happening within a life, and they're thinking, if I come forth with this truth and act upon it, it will create a tower. Okay, my level thinking is, I need to hang on to this situation, otherwise I'm going to lose it. Okay, the not acting upon it or the cutting out the obstacle both require strength. I want to act upon it. There's sometimes strength is quite often said, you're building up the strength to tackle a situation. Sometimes it's, I'm building up the strength to walk away from it, even though I know I can do it. I know I have the ability to do something, but I'm not going to. Okay? And that's what that strength is. The 9 of Cups is all about emotional fulfillment. It's the card before the 10 of Cups, which is the end of the cup run in the tarot. And we should go on to another new beginning from there. Okay. It is also the minor arcana of the Star, which is a wish. They're wishing that it could all work. Okay. Crossing this is the 8 of Wands. They are wishing to communicate with you. Well, we know that. Queen up there says that. Yeah, the probably the actual strongest card of communication in the tarot deck, because it's all about emotions, love, how one actually feels, opening up, being vulnerable. Okay, it is also forward movement. They want to move along from somewhere, and they're thinking, this truth I have realized and this communication I want to do will start moving us forwards. Okay, the Empress. Let's have a look at her. A mighty fine Empress there. Okay, what will likely happen from this thinking in the 5D, no, in the 3D, okay, is a long-awaited commitment, which was always there, a movement away from something else and something dying and being reborn. Okay. So the 4 of Wands, the Empress. Let's deal with the Empress first. Well, I actually glossed over the 7 of Swords on that particular bit. Well, the 7 of Swords is a card of like changing tactics. In this particular case, it is a card of lots of different meanings. Most of them is minor arcana devil, and you'd be interested to know underneath that king was the devil. It's a card of minor arcana devil. It's a card of treachery. It's a card of stealing. It's a card of basically anything you can think with criminal actions attached to them, sneaking around, stalking, and all that. But in this particular case, it's a card of changing tactics. Could look quite criminal. You suddenly stop doing what you are known to do and then start doing something totally different. Okay, and that is where this thinking in the 5D would be taking them. I'm not going to be the dithering King of Cups. I always appear to be, and I am going to take action upon this and communicate. Okay, and then we went into the rest of it. The Empress is positive energy. Basically, it's I can't explain it much better than that right now. It is just positive energy. They go and plant seeds, they grow really well. They go and hug a tree, abundance of fruit comes off it that year. They walk into a business and the business suddenly goes up 10 points on the stock exchange. Okay, they are an influencer. Their positive energy just radiates off them, infecting everything around them. But how do you interpret this into what their actions are in the 3D from these ideas they're having up here and they just want to open up. Okay, they want to release their energy in the 5D, 4D, 3D, every D. And as an Empress, they will release their energy in every D there is. The Four of Wands is a card of commitment. It's a card of celebration. They could be just celebrating this new epiphany they've had, that they are the Empress. I can do what I want, pretty much. I have an empire. Everyone comes to me about it. But this is the loving side of an empire, okay? This is the side of an empire what looks after its people, makes sure they're fed, makes sure they have sanitary stuff, sewers and running water and flushing toilets and the like. Unlike the emperor from the empire, who is just more content with keeping its borders safe and expanding its borders. Everyone comes to me because I'm far too busy to go to them. And that sort of energy. With the Four of Wands, this commitment, this new start, they want in a new start. And I said about a new start coming here, and here it is. It's the minor arcana of the world. Okay, so in the 3D, from this idea, this epiphany they've had up at the top there, they are starting over. This whole changing tactics, which is changing their life, they are starting over. The Knight of Pentacles is all about a long-awaited happening, is what I'm going to actually call this one. Normally, the Knight of Pentacles is planning its route, making sure that there's no obstacles in the way. If there are any obstacles in the way, making sure it's got the equipment it needs to remove the obstacles before it sets out on its journey. All this takes time. Okay, but because of its extra special and attentive prepping, the Knight of Pentacles always completes that journey. And that's what is saying here. It was always going to happen. The change in life is always going to happen. If you want it to or not, changes happen. I mentioned free will near the beginning of this read. We all have it, and we all affect other people's lives with it. Okay, so that's what makes these changes happen all the time. Now, it was an inevitability. It just taken a little bit longer than most people thought it would. Okay, because we're hanging on to something with that Four of Pentacles. What was the inevitability? To walk towards something, leave something which wasn't working and move towards something which is. Again, that's you, Libra. How do we know that's you, Libra? Because they want to communicate to you. Okay. And that's what I feel in the energy as well. Right, okay, so the Death card. The old way of living is dead and the new way of living is beginning. Which, of course, creates burdens throughout your life. You have to tie up loose ends before you can restart new things. Crossing all this is the Five of Swords, which again can mean a lot of things. A bit like that Seven of Swords. I just dropped half my cards on the floor. Not these ones, though, luckily. Like the Seven of Swords. It has multiple different things. It can be false victory. It can be winning the battle but losing the war. And in this particular case, it's settling on something. The realization that things won't ever get as good as this. Or if they do, I'll just be in the right place at the right time when they do. Okay? And they're settling on what they've got. Okay? I'm sure there's a Rolling Stones song, is it? Something like that. If you can't be with the one you love the one you're with. Or something like that. Okay, right, not 100% sure. Five of Wands. The universe is saying their actions is going to be testing on you. Could create a little bit of conflict. Going to be testing on everyone around them as well. Okay. Let's pop them there for a second there. Not too much in the way. That's good. Let's get some clarifiers on this. I'm telling you, I'm going to shit myself if the Two of Cups comes out. Because the Two of Cups is on the bottom. I wouldn't normally look at the bottom of the deck of that other deck. But, so, yeah, their whole life change is going to be testing on you, testing on everyone else around them. The King of Cups is coming out again. The Fool is that new start we were talking about. Oh, a little bit of overthinking. And the burdens again. Okay. So we have got the King of Cups. The King of Cups is that indecision again. But in this particular case, it is a little bit more of indecision. It's going to be Ooh, yeah, I could have gone off somewhere really bad at diplomacy. I was going to say diplomacy. That's not right. Diplomacy. Okay. They're going to be settling for things. Okay. The diplomacy. You have something I want. I have something you want. Let's bat out a deal. Okay. The leap of faith, the Fool. Yeah. This is not what they used to do. They used to be all in. That's what I want. You're giving it to me. Kind of attitude. And they're changing to a, well, let's try this. Let's try this new diplomacy type thing. And the Fool is leaping towards that King of Cups. It could be something small you done with them, what made them realise this diplomacy thing works. Maybe you were a bit diplomatic with them. Yeah, perhaps you told them that, I don't know, the Winklebickers went out of date with the Ark, and maybe you should try some different footwear. Something like that. And they thought, well, it worked. Yeah, that does kind of work, because you've shown me the nice footwear, which is the replacement for the Winklepickers. And it was diplomacy. So they're taking a leaf out of your book, Libra, and they're jumping on the diplomacy bandwagon. The Eight of Swords is a little bit trapped in their own head, though. Okay? It's kind of almost like they're thinking diplomacy will work for everything. Diplomacy doesn't work for everything. Sometimes you have to walk away from some things and just let it go. And other times you have to fight for some things to make sure you keep it. Which is creating the burden for them at the end of it all. Okay, so should we see what's crossing? Not quite the Two of Cups. It's the Three of Cups. Communication. But with the Devil card there, it's obsessive communication. They literally are now in this way of thinking of talking solves every problem. So it could very well be they will talk to you and talk to you and talk to you. And even after you've started ignoring them, not answering their messages and the like, they will keep talking to you, talking to you, talking to you. Because they got obsessed with communication. Communication answers everything. Sorry about that, I just had to have a quick slurp of my tea because my throat is a bit dry and croaky, as you may have noticed from the sound quality of my voice in this video. Okay, so that is your read, Libras. Hopefully it resonates with you. If it does, it is fantastic. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't worry too much. I'm not following any sort of cycle, so the next reads might resonate with you. Okay, thank you all for watching, and thank you if you have liked this video. I do appreciate all the likes I get on my video. It shows me that I'm doing something right. Subscriptions also does that. It shows me that people like the work I do. At the very least, it shows me that people like tarot reads, and it also shows the algorithm that as well. So you will start getting more tarot reads the more times you like tarot reads. It's the way the algorithm, it's very basic. Oh, they like that, I'll feed it more. Okay. But it also helps me when you subscribe, because it pushes my numbers up, which means the algorithm says, oh, people like this, I will show it to more people. Okay, I'd also like to thank anyone who comments. I love reading the comments, even if it is a simple thank you. It shows me that you have taken that little bit of extra time to let me know that you actually watched it. Okay, which again just sort of makes me feel better and makes me feel like someone enjoyed it. So please feel free to leave a comment in the comment box, even if it is just a thank you. And on that note, thank you. Thank you for watching and making my channel grow. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will catch you all next time.